Alright everybody, what's going on? It's Thundershot, and we are back with another Thundershot Ask Thundershot, Ask FM. I answer questions that you guys asked me on my Ask FM account. Link will be in the description, as always, to my Ask FM account if you want to ask me a question that will make it here in the future. If you're new to these things, what I do is, this is something I try to do every 1 to 2 weeks. Sometimes I don't always meet that marker, and it's kind of random. I was going to have a set day for it, but I don't like having a set day for it, because then people ask a bunch of questions they know like the night before that the video is supposed to go up, so they know that their question gets asked. So I just kind of do it whenever. So ask your question. It will get answered eventually, because how I do this is I take questions from the very bottom of my Ask FM. I currently have 845 questions, which you cannot see in the screen region for some reason, but I have 845 questions. Oh, it's down here too. In total, I do 15 minutes from the bottom. I'll answer questions, then I'll go to the top, and I'll answer 15 minutes from the top. So new people get their questions answered, old people get their questions answered. If you're in the middle, I'm going to get to you eventually due to the 15 minutes on the bottom. But here we go. If Kid Gohan looked at the moon from a different planet, let's say Namek, would he still go into Ozaru form? I'm pretty sure what you're asking me is if they're on Namek and Gohan looks at the moon, is he still going to go into Ozaru? And yes, he would have to, because the whole point of the Saiyan race is, as we know from like the very first episodes of Dragon Ball Z, they ship Saiyans out to other planets, and that planet will have a moon and it will go off. So it works for any moon. It doesn't have to be a specific moon. It doesn't have to be Earth. It doesn't have to be Vegeta. It works for any moon as long as there's a moon there. Heck, Vegeta even started creating his own moon that also works for that. So, yeah, any planet. If he's on Earth and he looks through like a telescope and sees Nameks from 1,800 trillion miles away, I'm pretty sure he still goes Ozaru, but I'm not 100% sure how that one works. But I'm pretty sure you're asking if he was on Namek and he sees Namek's moon. Yes. I don't even know. Does Namek have a moon? I don't remember. No one ever goes Great Ape. I don't know if Namek has a moon, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, there you go. Would you rather... Super Kami Guru, if this wasn't you, I swear to God, I would block you. if this was anyone other than Super Kami Guru, and I don't want to answer this so badly. Like, how would you live with yourself? Yeah, I'm just not going to answer that. I don't want to answer it. I'm not going to answer it. Oh, Lord. Do a video on why Trunks of the third timeline died to first form Cell and let him get to the main timeline when he was really strong. This was asked by BlazeConnect Z. Trunks wasn't stronger than Cell because... Alright, so first timeline Trunks. Which timeline are we going off of here? Okay. Future Trunks' timeline. That Trunks is not stronger than Cell. That Trunks has pretty much the exact same power level of third Trunks' timeline. Again, not the main timeline, but third Trunks' timeline. That one's also not stronger than Cell. I don't know how else to put that. He's not stronger than Cell. Second timeline Trunks was only stronger because he went to train with people in the main timeline. Or future Trunks went to train with people in the main timeline, came back, then he was stronger than Cell. The third timeline Trunks was able to defeat the androids, so he was stronger than they were, but as we know, after Cell absorbed a few people, after Cell got some juice in him, he was stronger than 17. On top of him being stronger than 17, the 17 in that timeline was a lot stronger than the 17 in the timeline from Future Trunks' timeline or from Third Trunks' timeline. I know this is all super complicated, but Cell was indeed stronger than Trunks, is the way I have to look at it, because main timeline, one with Goku, our main timeline, those androids are stronger than Future Trunks' timeline. In Third Trunks' timeline, I'm just trying to explain this so everyone understands it. In Third Trunks' timeline, those androids are the same strength as Future Trunks' timeline, so they're weaker. Even though Trunks finds out how to beat those, Cell is still notably stronger than even Android 17, who was the stronger of the two. Cell is notably stronger than them, because as we remember, after Cell absorbed quite a few people in the main timeline, the one from third timeline came to main timeline, he was stronger than that superior, stronger form of Android 17. And was able to get him. So yeah, that's my answer. I hope I explained it well enough, but it does get complicated when you're running with 3 timelines, 3 different cells, 3 different sets of androids. It gets pretty crazy. Super Saiyan Bardock versus third form Frieza. That is not a bad question, and I'm inclined to pick third form Frieza. It's really, really debatable. The people like to debate whether Super Saiyan Bardock is actually canon or not. It just depends on what comment section you're reading and who the comments being. People believe what they like to when it comes to this whole Bardock scenario. But if you ask myself, Black and Fist, Kwame, and any of the main, DBZ, well, they're main DBZ theory guys, and I run with them a lot. Not like exercising. We do videos together. You get the idea. None of us want to believe that Super Saiyan Bardock is actually canon because Bardock was so incredibly weak. If Bardock is getting dusted by First Form Frieza, there's no way he actually has the power to go become Super Saiyan. Also, randomly getting blasted back in time, that's the only time that's happened in history, makes absolutely no sense. So, if you're believing Super Saiyan Bardock's canon to begin with, which we have to finish this, there is no way that Bardock is actually strong enough to take on Third Form Frieza, because I think regular Bardock going Super Saiyan might be a match for First Form Frieza, if you think about it, maybe even Second Form Frieza, because First Form Frieza, and that was First Form Frieza way back in the day, I don't know if he got stronger or weaker over time or how that works, Goku could have taken First Form Frieza, probably could have taken Second Form Frieza, well yeah, definitely could have taken Second Form Frieza. I don't know, we didn't get to see enough of Third Form Frieza, we just know Third Form Frieza easily dusted Piccolo. We don't really know if Goku could have even taken Third Form Frieza, because it took, as Frieza stated, a third of his final form power to beat, and he was whipping up on Goku before the whole Spirit Bomb Super Saiyan thing happened. So let's just say for the hell of it, he can beat Third Form Frieza, but Fourth Form, Final Form, was mopping the floor with him. First Form Frieza was mopping the floor with Bardock, so Bardock going Super Saiyan can probably take First Form. Maybe, it might be a stretch to think Second Form, but I don't think he gets any stronger than that. Good question, though. And these questions are all from 5 months ago, so I don't know if these people are even still subscribed to my channel or not, but hey, I finally got to your questions. Vegeta after self-inflicted Zenkai boost versus Third Form Frieza. Self-inflicted. You can't self-inflict for a Zenkai boost unless you're Cell, because Cell blew himself up and got it, but Saiyans, he states Saiyans can't do damage to themselves. That's why Krillin had to do it. So if you mean Krillin, if Krillin hits him again, why wasn't he at the Third Form fight? Where did he go? Was that when he was working on? Because he woke back up. Yeah, Dende healed him, and then he tried to take on Final Form Frieza a little bit and got his ass kicked then, too. Damn, I need to rewatch that fight. I'm rewatching Dragon Ball Z now, but I don't remember where Vegeta went during the Third Form Frieza fight. I don't know if Second Form dusted him, or if that's when he had Krillin slam him in the gut. I need to rewatch that fight. But, Third Form Frieza, nonetheless. Third Form Frieza, I think, still wins that fight. It's because of how much Third Form Frieza massacred Piccolo. Vegeta had a good fight with First Form Frieza. Second Form Frieza, he took a Zenkai boost, I think, for Second Form Frieza, but Piccolo had to show up to stop that one because nobody could stop that rampage. I think Third Form, we didn't get to see enough of Dildo Form Frieza, but I think that would be stronger than Vegeta. Bojack versus Dabura. Bojack. Well, I don't know if you can say for real who the winner was on that one, because nobody really landed a hit on Bojack until Gohan broke Super Saiyan 2, and we know Teen Gohan Super Saiyan 2 is a lot, notably stronger than Adult Gohan Super Saiyan 2, and Adult Gohan Super Saiyan 2 was struggling with, but would have been able to beat Dabura. Maybe Dabura, due to the spit thing. I give the spit advantage to Dabura, because all he really needs to do is land spit, and then he wins. But aside from that, that's a really good battle question, and that one's just hard to come up. Leave a comment. Let me know who you think would win between Bojack and Dabura, because that's actually pretty debatable, and not a bad one. Majin Vegeta versus Perfect Cell, Legendary Super Saiyan Broly, and Dabura. Majin Vegeta. Wait, no. I thought that said Majin Buu at first. All at the same time, I'm still inclined to pick Majin Vegeta, because I was always one of those people, Super Saiyan 2 Teen Gohan can beat all of those guys. He had a pretty good hand over Perfect Cell, and that's Perfect Cell. That's not even Super Perfect Cell, by the way that he worded the question. He had a pretty good hand over Super Perfect Cell before his arm got injured. He was wiping the floor with Perfect Cell. He was wiping, and this is Super Saiyan 2 Teen Gohan I'm talking about. Wiping the floor with Perfect Cell. I believe Teen Gohan at the time would have destroyed Broly. I believe Super Saiyan 2 Teen Gohan at the time of Broly's first appearance, we'll say, would have completely annihilated Broly. And Dabura might have been one of the tougher struggles for him, but he obviously still would have beat Dabura because his adult form could beat Dabura. Majin Vegeta, already stronger than Super Saiyan 2 Teen Gohan, and then he gets the Majin boost. So yeah, I believe Majin Vegeta wins that fight. I do. I think he's too fast and he hits too hard. Majin Vegeta. But a good question. We've got good fight questions in here today. If you were an NBA general manager and you had to build a team around Mario Chalmers or Chris Paul, who would you choose? From Quaman. Right now, that's a really tough question. Chalmers is doing good this year from what I hear, but Chalmers is getting to the point now to where he's still a young guy, kind of, but he's more like he's not young. He's more like average age for an NBA player. Chris Paul, I'm head and shoulders obviously above Mario Chalmers in terms of skill, but he's getting old. He doesn't have a lot of years left in him. I think I would go Chris Paul to be a leader for the first couple of years, but you can't build a team around him because by the time you get the team built, Chris Paul is going to need to retire. So I would pick Chris Paul to have him like be the leader of the team, and I mean, you know, a guaranteed good player that can put points up and get steals and all that stuff we need. Yeah, that's my answer. And then by the time he retires, we'll hopefully have, I mean, you know, at least one other person who can carry the squad, or I mean, you know, a good team centered by then, and Chris Paul could have led them to that. So that's my answer. Thank you, Quaman, for the question. Pycon versus Dabura. This has got to be the same guy. There's no way. This has got to be the same guy. Dabura. Because Super Saiyan 1 Goku was better than Pycon. And it took Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, adult Gohan, to beat Dabura. So Dabura. How strong is Tapion in your opinion? I think he's as strong as maybe Semi-Perfect Cell or Super Vegeta. He doesn't fight, really. He breaks out the Ocarina of Time and plays a song. I can't gauge Tapion's power. They have him as, he's a playable character in Budokai Tenkaichi 3, and he actually has moves and stuff. I mean, and he fought a little bit. I don't know where to put him exactly, though. That's a tough one. Again, in the comment section, how strong do you think Tapion is? I'm not going to look it up offhand, even though I probably should. I don't like to look up stuff when I'm in the middle of these Ask things. So let me know. What do you guys think? Super Saiyan God, Teen Gohan, or Super Buu? Gohan absorbed. Well, I mean, if he's gone God helps immensely. He wouldn't be anywhere near what Goku's God form was, but God helps immensely nonetheless. So I mean, that one would have to go. Well, yeah, that one would probably have to go to Teen Gohan. But to speculate God on anyone other than Goku and possibly Vegeta is kind of rough at this point. Who would win between Vegito, Super Saiyan God? Yeah, this is so the same guy. Vegito, Super Saiyan God, and Whis. I would probably Vegito, Super Saiyan God. This was super speculated after Battle of Gods came on. I guess 5 months ago, Battle of Gods came out in English. Was it out in English yet? I don't remember. But yeah, if they're both God, like if Vegeta and Goku both get the God form and then fuse, I don't know. That's a good fight with Whis. I think that was always my thing on it. I think if they both go God and fused, they easily beat Beerus, and Whis is a good fight. I'm leaning towards Vegito, but we haven't even got to see Whis fight yet, though. Theoretically, what human of all of all time would have the highest power level in real life? By Lloyd Auzu. I think we answered this question on one of Quaman or Black and Fist Ask FM videos, and with the conclusion we came to was probably Bruce Lee. And if anyone who's ever lived highest power level, it would probably have to be Bruce Lee. Dude was like fast as lightning, and I mean, he was, despite being skinny, he was super strong. I mean, you know, master of the kung fu or whatever it is. So yeah, I think it would have to be Bruce Lee. And before Chuck Norris guys show up, but you get the idea. Yeah, I think that's my answer. Yeah, we're gonna go with that one. Can you list these DBZ gods in your top 5 list from most to least favorite? Beerus, Whis, King Kai, Supreme, Kai, Kami. By Elver. Oh, that last question was by Lloyd someone. I'm sorry I missed your name, but thank you for asking that. This one is by Elva Killer. Alright. He's asked questions before. I don't know why I always have trouble with his name. List these gods in your top 5. From least favorite to favorite. Who do I hate the most? Alright, we'll go. This is good. This is good. It's rough, but it's good. R9's gonna hate me for this. I'll put Supreme Kai as my least favorite. King Kai is my second. That's tough. King Kai is my second least favorite. Kami is the third, so now we're getting into more favorite. Beerus is second favorite. Whis is favorite. I'm gonna redo that list. Give me one more shot at this. Alright. I'm gonna throw a curveball. Alright, Kami is my least favorite. It's not that I don't like him, just out of this list. He's just not the one that I like the most. It's not that I dislike Kami. Then King Kai. Then Supreme Kai. Beerus Whis. Whis number 1 because Whis was funny. But good question. That's weird. Weird to think of. Goku is Tuffle. He is born on planet Plant. K. Good question. Did Frieza sodomize? Wow, who did this come from? Alright, well, this is a prime example of how to get blocked from my Ask FM. We'll call this one should not be here. Alright, there you go. That's how to get blocked from Thundershot's Ask FM. And that's an IP block, so I don't think you can ever come back. I don't know how they work. Fuck it. Who is naturally stronger? Regular Saiyan warriors, defined as lower class, or warrior Namekians? I think Namekians were stronger, honestly, because if we assume that Vegeta who was a high class warrior who had to get Zenkai boosts, multiple Zenkai boosts to be strong enough to take on First Form Frieza, and then we look at Nail, who was speculated to be about the same power level as Recoome, give or take. Vegeta was afraid of the Ginyu Force. Vegeta was afraid of the entire Ginyu Force, and he was getting his butt kicked for a little while by Recoome. Yeah, he was getting his butt kicked by Recoome, wasn't he? So, and Nail was speculated to be around then, and this is after Vegeta's had some Zenkai boosts and gotten even stronger, but before then he was like one of the strongest Saiyans around. To think of that. So yeah, I think Namekians are naturally stronger. I just think by the time they got to Planet Namek, with all the Zenkai boosts Vegeta had, and then with all the training Goku had done, that's the only reason the Saiyans were even matching them. So there you go. That's my answer. Thoughts on Pokemon X and Y? Personally, I hate every generation from Black and White through the Hanan remake of Ruby and Sapphire. Though the Hanan remake of Ruby and Sapphire looked promising. Well, the Hanan remake is out now. Obviously, this question was asked 5 months ago. But thoughts on X and Y? Haven't played it yet. I'm at a very weird standstill because I don't want to just go out and buy a 3DS, because if I bought a 3DS, the only thing I would buy a 3DS for is Pokemon. I would get the Black and Whites, I would get X and Y, and then I would get the new remake of Ruby Sapphire, and hopefully they do a remake of Emerald too. That would be cool. I don't think they're doing a remake of Emerald. But yeah, I would get all that. That's what I would get, and I do not want to buy a 3DS just to get Pokemon. On top of that, if I did get a 3DS and got Pokemon, I would want to record it for you guys, which means I would need to shell out an extra like $200 to get a 3DS or a 2DS with a capture card in it. And if I do that all just for Pokemon, so I'm already going against my word wanting to do it just for Pokemon, on top of that, I can stream it on Twitch for you guys, but if I upload it to YouTube, YouTube will hit me with copyright claims and or take my videos down, because Nintendo's super anal about that stuff. So that's why I don't play it. X and Y did not at all look like bad games, and I still love my Pokemon, but that's why I haven't played it yet. So I'm going to get rid of that question, and I'm actually overtime on the bottom half. So we're going to go ahead and move up to the top half now, and I might not get to spend... Wow, I clicked a button. I might not get to spend as much time on here as I would like, but let's go to the top. I don't know why I... There we go. I stopped my stopwatch for some reason. It was pointless. One new question. You lucky son. Oh, 3 new questions. Hello, everyone. So we have Matthew Kronk, who is immediately getting blocked. Good to know. Good to know. All right. Block user. This is how it works. All the examples today. Got to make examples of these people. I swear to God, I just blocked. All right. That's the same guy. Was Gotenks underpowered at the end of Goten and Trunks' training in the hyperbolic time chamber? Trunks says they were half as strong beforehand, so if they more than doubled their power, do you think a Super Saiyan 3 fusion should be able to defeat Boo? I know they're kids, but I still believe Gotenks should have been stronger, like stronger than he was. At the end of Trunks' training in the hyperbolic time chamber, he says they weren't half as strong beforehand, so they've doubled in power, essentially. So if they've more than doubled, don't you think Super Saiyan 3 fusion should be able to defeat Boo? Here's the thing. Goten and Trunks were Super Saiyans, but in my head, I like to believe in the gene theory of Dragon Ball Z, which I don't want to explain all of that right now, but I'll give it a shot. The gene theory says that because, let's just say Goku and Vegeta, because Goku and Vegeta were Super Saiyans before conceiving, before having Goten and Trunks, it's easier for Goten and Trunks to become Super Saiyans because they have that gene in there. That meaning, like, it was still hard for Gohan, but it was still an amazing feat for Gohan to turn Super Saiyan at age 11, because he was kind of on the same playing field as Vegeta and Goku. Sort of. Human emotion plays a factor, but sort of. And it was much easier for Goten and Trunks to turn Super Saiyan, because by then the gene had been instated. That's the idea. Now, I like to believe in that theory. I like to believe Goten and Trunks were able to go Super Saiyan easier than Gohan, Goku, and Vegeta were. But along with that theory, I also think that them going Super Saiyan earlier also means that they're not as strong. I don't I like to think that Goten and Trunks would not be able to defeat Final Form Frieza or 100% full power Frieza. I think they were strong. I don't think they were that strong. So at the time of going Super Saiyan, yeah, that's my thinking, is that even though they are Super Saiyans, they are a weak Super Saiyan. So even if they have a weak Super Saiyan, let's say they more than double in power through the Hyperbolic Time Chamber, so now they are strong enough to beat Frieza. Let's say they fuse after that. So now, I mean, you know, now they are, now they are fused, and we know that fuse more than doubles your power. The thing I always went with is it doesn't double your power, it multiplies your power. Like your power, man, multiply seems a little big, but we know that Goku and Vegeta, who by themselves could not at all touch Super Buu, Gohan absorbed. Goku, even Super Saiyan 3, was afraid of Super Buu, Gohan absorbed, but Goku and Vegeta absorbed, and they don't even have to go Super Saiyan. Their regular base form was mopping the floor with Super Buu. So fusion does a lot. And yeah, I believe Gotenks Super Saiyan 3 was very, very strong. If I remember correctly, he was winning pretty alright. He was winning that fight pretty well before he ended up getting absorbed. But like I said, I need to rewatch the DBZ fights very badly, which I'm doing right now. I'm rewatching all of Dragon Ball Z. But yeah, they should have been stronger than regular Super Buu, yes, if that's what you're asking. I forget the order of who got absorbed when and where. But yeah, they definitely were stronger than regular Super Buu. That's for sure. If you could end any show the way you want to end it, what show would you end and how would you do it? Like change the ending? I don't know, I like most of the show's ending I watch. I can't remember an ending. Like, I'm sure they're out there, but I can't remember an ending. I was like, wow, that show was really good, but fuck that ending. In fact, I know they're out there. I just can't remember any of them right now. Off the top of my head, I would just change DBZ's ending. I would just change DBZ's ending and cut out that final fight against Oob and Oob being reborn a good guy. Just end it right after the explosion, or right after Kid Buu dies. Just end it there. Cut out that whole Oob thing. That would be what I would change off the top of my head right now. Death Note had a really good ending too. I just finished Death Note. I like Death Note's ending. I didn't think I would, but I did. It was pretty sick. So we're gonna read this Cell question first, just because it ties into what happens next. How did Cell survive the instant Kamehameha if his head was completely blown off and the regenerate lump was vaporized? So that is a good question. Piccolo always says as long as my head's not damaged, I can regenerate my body parts just fine. And Cell's entire body blows up, but because one of his cells lives, he gets to regenerate. I think that comes along with being Cell. He grew from a tiny cell and he kept expanding, and I think his cells are supposed to do that. And I think it's just a bonus clause of being Cell. He has one cell that has Piccolo cells in it to regenerate, so he doesn't need a head. He needs that cell of Piccolo's that says, hey, Piccolo can regenerate. I'm pretty sure that's the only way I can rationalize in my head how that works. But that's my answer. Thank you for that question. Super Kami Guru, who says, by the way, I asked the Cell question, name wasn't on it, keep it up. Yeah, thank you for that, Super Kami Guru. Will you accept a friend request on PS4 if you know us from Twitch? Hamma, I do know you from Twitch. You were in the Fallout stream last night. But sadly, no, I don't accept friend requests. I showed it off on a stream the other day, but I legitimately have probably 1,000 friend requests sitting in my PlayStation 4 box right now. I get about 60 friend requests a day. So I will be playing stuff, especially when Xenoverse comes out. I will be playing games with viewers and stuff like that a lot. But adding anybody as a friend right now, my friends list would be entirely full. Messages would be popping up 24/7. So no, I'm trying to keep tighter wraps on my PlayStation's friends list nowadays. Thunder, why aren't you black? Drew Cunningham wants to know why I'm not black. Who says I'm not black? Next question. Why did Vegeta name his blast the Big Bang Attack after Trunks was born? What would happen if he used it on Bulma? Bulma would die. And I don't know what you mean about after Trunks was born. Next question. If Super Saiyan 3 Goku is weaker than Ultimate Gohan in the Super Buu Saga, is he weaker than Gotenks as a Super Saiyan 3? If so, can you state why? Apparently, and I haven't actually taken the time to do the math myself on this, though I should, Gotenks is supposed to be well over Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I would like to believe Goku's stronger, but I'm more inclined, like, just statistically in the way that I discussed how fusion works earlier and how strong fusion actually is, I'm pretty sure the boys at Super Saiyan 3 are stronger. That being said, I feel like in a fight, Goku could last the 30 minutes and then win. But yeah, and I know they were absorbed at the time, so it's tough, but yeah, they were absorbed at the time, so that it's not like you could actually compare. But where Goku... Alright, hold on. This is bothering me. I gotta block this right now. All the spam today. Alright, anyway. It's hard to say because they were absorbed, but where Goku was having trouble and or in the manga, he didn't even want to fight Super Buu. In the manga, for the record, for people who say that Goku Super Saiyan 3 naturally was stronger than Super Buu, Goku was afraid to fight Super Buu. Before he even absorbed Gohan, Goku was afraid to fight Super Buu when he had the kids in him. That doesn't automatically mean Gotenks is stronger because he was absorbed by Buu, because that's added on to Buu's power. But Gotenks wouldn't fight Buu in the manga. He was super scared. He said, my son can probably take you, but truth be told, I'm afraid to fight you right now. They did have a little skirmish in the anime that made Goku look stronger than he actually was in the manga. But Goku could not take Super Buu. That's not even a question. Goku could not take Super Buu with the kids absorbed. Pre-Gohan, Goku couldn't win that fight. But then he said, hey, Gohan can probably win this fight. I don't know, but the kid, I think, final answer, I think Gotenks Super Saiyan 3 is a little bit stronger. I think Goku would win a fight because I think he could outlast the 30 minutes. That's it. I've been hung up on this question too long, I'm sorry. Theoretically, in a fight, Superman and Goku could fuse, and Vegeta and Batman could fuse. Who would win? Oh, Superman and Goku, my god. The power level, it doesn't matter how smart Batman is, how much money Batman has. Unless, I mean, you know, Kryptonite. Oops, Kryptonite, the fight's over. That's why Goku... I don't want to get into this. That's why Goku could have easily beaten Superman Kryptonite. But, yeah. Oh, I'm the most standard superhero of all time, and I have one weakness, and if you use it, I die. I don't know. But yeah, as long as there's no Kryptonite, hands down Goku and Superman. If there is Kryptonite, he's only half hurt by it because it doesn't fuck with Goku, but I still think Vegeta and Batman win that one. Because it just cripples him, so, you know, like, what are you going to do? When will you bring back Dragon Block Xenoverse? Asked 21 hours ago. Good question. So, just a little bit of backstory. We ended the first season with the idea that the second season was going to start in a couple weeks. Like, within a couple weeks of us ending the first season. We were waiting on the guy to finish the mod. There's supposed to be a decent-sized mod coming out for Dragon Block C, and it was supposed to come out before Christmas. Here we are 2 weeks into January, and it's still not out yet. But when that mod gets completed, we want to do it. But now it's getting kind of fuzzy because we're so close to Xenoverse. It's like, should we even bring back Dragon Block C? If the mod comes out, let's just say the mod comes out in a week or two, do we even bring back Dragon Block C because our channel is going to be so swamped with Xenoverse, or Dragon Block Xenoverse, I should say. Channel is going to be so swamped with Xenoverse. Now we're kind of at a standstill, but the idea was we wait for the mod to come out. When the mod comes out, it happens. So all I can say now is if the mod comes out, which it has not yet, we have no word on that at all. Me and Dino and the other guys will talk about it, and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, wait, it will happen eventually. But until that update comes out, we don't even have any news to tell you guys. But there you go. That's at Dragon Block C, Dragon Block Xenoverse. That's where that is. Naruto C mod. Do not watch or play Naruto. Sorry. What if Vegeta surpassed Goku? Well, he did for like 5 seconds in Battle of Gods, but I guess if Vegeta surpassed Goku, then Vegeta would be stronger than Goku. I don't think anything else would change. Vegeta would be the main hero. It's not like he's going to go rogue again and turn into a bad guy and start blowing everything up. He's too invested now. Has Akira ever received threats to continue Dragon Ball? Well, Akira and I are best bros, and I called him up the other day, and he told me no, so there you go. What if Bardock escaped before Planet Vegeta was destroyed? He didn't, because apparently he was back in fucking time. He didn't blow up with Planet Vegeta. Well, yeah, I mean, he did. There was no escaping. He was at the front of the blast. So either he was at the front of the blast and blew up like he should, or in some fantasy dream world he gets thrown back in time and that scenario happens, but that's highly unlikely. So there you go. There's no way he escaped. If he had escaped, he probably would have been as ruthless as Raditz was in getting them to join. I don't know if they would have sent Raditz. I don't know how. I would assume. I don't know how strong Bardock would be in comparison to Vegeta at the time, so I don't know who would have been running shit. If it would have been Bardock, Vegeta, or Nappa, would Bardock have been loyal to Vegeta and the Prince of All Saiyans, or would he have said, fuck that, I'm the strongest now, you listen to me? It all depends. There's a lot of ways that could go. We don't know enough about Bardock's personality, really, to tell how that would play out. So if Supreme Kai is 1,000 times more powerful than Frieza, and his job is to protect the universe, why the hell did he not kill Frieza himself? I remember it's a good thing because the series would have sucked major donkey balls from a non-writer standpoint. Why? Well, you're right, it is better that he didn't kill Frieza himself, because if he wouldn't have killed Frieza, Goku never would have gone Super Saiyan. They would have been way underprepared, even with Trunks' help for the androids, and all that bullshit. Then they would have died, because Goku, like, no one ever would have gone Super Saiyan until Trunks showed up. And that might be why. Maybe Supreme Kai said, hey, wait, some good could come out of this. Maybe if Goku would have failed and Frieza would have started going on like his rampage with no one around to stop him, Supreme Kai would have stepped in. But that one's hard to say. Is the weight training thing in Otherworld in the Boo canon or not? Because I can't find in the manga, but Screw Attack used it as hard evidence. Weight training thing in Otherworld. Oh, Screw Attack, yeah. Don't ever listen to anything Screw Attack says. Whether that's canon or not, Screw Attack's wrong. So, there you go. Do you like Weird Al? Love Weird Al. Live in an Amish paradise. Yo, Thundershot, what's your favorite Dragon Ball Z movie? Battle of Gods, and it's still super recent, so maybe it's unfair of me to say that, but I really liked Battle of Gods. I had the extended cut, and it's super solid too. So we'll say Battle of Gods extended cut. Behind that, Bojack Unbound. I like Bojack too. That's my second favorite film. If not, they're interchangeable. We'll call this. Well, I'll do 2 more questions. I'll do 2 more questions after this. And then we'll call it a day. So, because I am already over time, so I'll just stop my clock now. Hey, Thunder, who would win? You can turn Super Saiyan versus Hercule, and if the man is there, meaning Quaman, ask him who would win. You can turn Super Saiyan versus Piccolo. Okay, Mr. Quaman is not here, and I'm sorry about that. We'll try to have a special guest next time I do one of these. But, for me, if I turn Super Saiyan versus Hercule Hercule might still beat me. My power level's pretty garbage. I haven't gone running or to the gym in a while. I'm getting a little chub on me. I'm not as skinny as I used to be. Not that being skinny matters, but I used to actually work out and be doing something that required athletic activity. And and then Hercule's savior of the universe. He saved the world twice already. So I mean, it's hard to beat that. Technically, he's stronger than Cell. He defeated Cell. But even looking past that, and just looking at the real Hercule for a second, it would probably be a good fight because my shitty power level. Even though I'm Super Saiyan, shitty power level can only go up so much. I mean, my power level's like 3 right now. I'd probably fight a farmer. We'll call my power level 4. I'll be one under the farmer. It gets multiplied by 50. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I could take Hercule or not. And then speaking on behalf of Quaman, because that's what I'm gonna do anyway. It's my Ask FM. Quaman turned Super Saiyan as a natural human that he is. No, he probably can't take Piccolo, except for maybe the earliest form of Dragon Ball Z Piccolo, or even Dragon Ball Piccolo, perhaps. That could be done. Well, I mean, it's more debatable then, but Piccolo's stronger than Hercule in any sense anyway, so... no, probably not. But hey, he's Kwame's lane. He could totally do it. Alright, final question. Hey Thunder, just wanted to know, how exactly do you make your videos? What software, hardware do you have? I want to make my own videos, but I really don't know where to start. Also, gonna kick your ass in Xenoverse one day. Alright, well, that last statement is a total lie, and lying will not be tolerated on my Ask FM, but I'm not gonna ban you today, it's okay. And then for the part of your question, I need to make a setup video. I've been debating the idea of throwing like a how to be a YouTuber or what do YouTubers do series, which a lot of people do, but it's just, I get these questions all the time. Maybe not in my Ask FM, but on YouTube comments and things like that. What's your setup? How exactly, like, when should you upload videos? How do you get these things to be successful, whatnot, so on and so forth. So I've been tempted on making like a little series about that, but I haven't actually pulled the trigger on it yet. But how do I make? What software, hardware? I use Sony Vegas Pro 12 for my software. I don't want to explain how I got that. You got to figure that one out on your own. Hardware do I have? I now have an AverMedia Gamer Live Portable. I had a Hauppauge HD PVR2, but it shot crap on me. I'm currently selling a Hauppauge HD PVR2 very soon. I know some people have gotten to me on Twitter, and I'm sorry I never got back to you, but I'm still selling a Hauppauge HD PVR2. There's a couple things that I had to check first, and that's why I never answered those people on Twitter. So if you did tweet me again, leave a comment in the comment section. I am selling a Hauppauge HD PVR2 because it shot crap on me. Hauppauge said it was fine, so they sent me a brand new one anyway. So I have a brand new Hauppauge. I don't want to use it because I like my new AverMedia. I tried an AverMedia USB 3.0, but that didn't work with my CPU because my CPU wasn't an i7. I have an AMD. I have the AMD equivalent of an i7, but it wouldn't work anyway because AverMedia is fucking weird. I don't know. So that thing might be for sale soon also. And those are both decent products, especially the AverMedia. The AverMedia is better than the one that I use that I'm going to be selling. And the Hauppauge apparently works just fine, just not for me. So those are both decent products. But right now I have a Live Gamer Portable, which lets me record in either 720p 60 frames per second, which is my frames per choice, or settings of choice, or 1080p 30 frames. But that's my hardware. And then I run XSplit. I live stream through XSplit. And I use Audacity to record commentary. So I think that's about everything I got. I think that's it. And one final block to send the day off with a bang. How's that sound? People are crazy. But thank you guys for coming out. I hope you guys enjoyed the Ask FM. Link to my Ask FM down below. If you have any questions you want to ask, feel free to leave a like if you guys enjoyed this video. Comment on some of the questions. Maybe answer some of the questions that you want to answer that you saw here today in the comment section down below. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for coming out. I hope you guys enjoyed. I am Thundershot, and I'm out. Peace.